Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to my second channel. I'm really excited about this video. I can't put it off any longer. I received it yesterday and I've waited all the way to today to open this box. Not too long ago, I was looking at reviewing some book subscription boxes. However, I really couldn't find one that tickled my pickle because they're normally like you get one book for $14.99 plus postage and packing. I'm like, that seems a little bit overpriced for a book, just a touch. Anyway, I was scouring and I eventually just gave up and I was like, I'll come back to this and I'll do some more searching around. Then a company called A Box of Stories got in touch with me and was like, can we send you one of our subscription boxes? I was like, absolutely. Yes, you can. I was like, my only condition is, I haven't been paid for any of this, they just sent me the box. I was like, the only condition is that I can be brutally honest. You know me on my main channel, and that's my biggest priority, is that I have full reign to be completely honest and transparent. And they were like, Ali, give us the honesty. I was like, girl, are you ready? That was very aggressive. So I don't know what's in here, but I know there are 4 books. So let me tell you a bit about them. All right, I got some information for you. Never had a box subscription box before. This is fun. So A Box of Stories, basically their mission is like only 17% of books really hit the shelf, get on the bestsellers list, and they're the ones they're constantly thrown at you, the ones you always see booktubers talk about, me included, because they're just so pushed out there with a marketing budget, and so many just never get into your hands, and authors and amazing books, these hidden gems, just go undiscovered because they're not front and center in W.H. Smith or Waterstones all the time. But it's their mission to provide some of these hidden gems using an algorithm, so you never know what you're going to get in the box. And there are 4 books you get, complete surprise. You do get to pick the genre though. I picked YA, not because it's my favorite, simply because I wanted to get a broad range of books. What else do they have? Hold on. These are the book types. You've got just surprise fiction, which is $14.99 for 4 books. You know, that's bloody good. That's bloody good. This is why I said yes to the email. I was like, that's good value. Then just 4 mixed books, that's $14.99. You've got science fiction and fantasy. I was tempted to get that one, but I did push, I will get that one next. I'm gonna get that one next. Because you know fantasy, I love me some fantasy. I wanted to see like a broad range. That's $21.99. You got crime, mystery and thriller, that's $21.99 as well. And then you've got young adult, light reads and historical fiction, they're all $21.99 as well. And you get 4 books. Are we ready? So I'm gonna do a vlog where I not only just do an unboxing, because that's a bit boring, isn't it? Who just wants to do an unboxing? It's upside down, family focus. I'm not just doing an unboxing, I'm gonna read all of them and give you my thoughts on whether I think that this box is worth 20 odd quid. So I wanna do a proper vlog, a full reading vlog for this. Oh, I'm excited. Ooh, I see them. Whoa, what's that one? Ooh, I'm excited. Is this a fantasy? Girl, please be a fantasy. Congratulations, thank you. Swap across boxes anytime, pause anytime, as many times you want. Choose your box frequency. Unlock a surprise gift with every 3rd box. Girl, sold. Okay, so first book we have, oh, it's thin. Queens of Fenborn. 3 Dark Sisters, 1 Cursed Oracle, 2 Epic Tales. Oh, that sounds good. Girl, let me read this. And this is by Kendar Blake. 3 young queens born to fulfill their destiny, to fight to the death and win the crown. Ooh. Oh, I'm very excited. 2 tales in one. All right. Oh, what is that one? This cover. This cover. I don't even know what it's about, but look at this cover. Wow. The Interrogation of a Charla Wolf. They want the secrets she doesn't know she possesses. By Amberlynn Quamelina? Oh, that sounds really interesting. I'll tell you more about each of these books as we go through the vlog, but that's the next one. Why is this one? Would you do time for your sister's crime? Ooh, Juvie by Steve Watkins. These have got some fantastic covers. The next one. Caught up in a drug deal, wrong place, wrong time. Sadie had to take the blame to keep Carla out of jail. Sadie was supposed to get community service, instead she's serving 6 months in Juvie. She has sacrificed everything for her sister. Can Sadie find the strength to forgive her too? Oof. Not my kind of book. Not one I would pick up and read, but sounds pretty good. This one's called Nightfall. A terrifying YA thriller. After 14 years of day comes 14 years of night. Don't get left behind. Ooh, and another great cover. This one is by, it's by Jake Halpin and Peter Kujawinski. So dual authors, we do love that. Ooh. Marin and Kana's island sunrise doesn't come every 24 hours, it comes every 28 years. The twins and the rest of their village are making preparations to leave. Marin finds the eerie rituals frustrating. Locks must be taken off doors, tables must be set as if for dinner, but no one will tell her why. And then, just as they are about to sail, Marin and Kana's best friend Line goes missing. They know where he has gone, but they are the only ones who will risk saving him. But will the ships wait? Night is falling. Their island is changing and something is stirring in the dark. Ew. Wow, okay, that's cool. That is a really good mix. Not what I expected at all, and I've never heard of any of these authors, which is always exciting because I love, you know, when you just find a new author and you immediately go online to look at like every other piece of work they've ever done. You're like, I must consume everything you have written. These are the 4 books. Oh, how exciting. How exciting. There they are. All right, so next clip, we'll jump into the vlog and I'll get these read to see how I feel because I can't tell you. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy these books, you know? I don't know yet. We don't know. So I can't give you anything. But so far, I'm impressed. Great selection, different genres, beautiful books, beautiful covers, and they all sound really interesting. So see you in the next one. I'm going to go decide which one to read now. Excuse me. I was just reading here on the box, it says 77 million books are destroyed in the UK every year. 77 million in a year. Sacrilege. 83% of those are books pulped before they have even been read. We want to save these amazing books from being lost in time forever. Every box you get, save 4 amazing books and discover 4 incredible authors. Thank you for helping our mission. Awesome sauce. See you in the next clip when we shall be reading. Morning, Yara. So, started the first book today, Queens of Fenborn. We came to a problem though. So, I started reading it. All I knew so far, it's about the Crown Queen and she gives birth to triplets, and these 3 girls all have like an elemental power that she already knows, the mother already knows as soon as she gives birth what their elemental power is. And then one of those will go on when they're older to become the next queen, but the other 2 won't make it. Like it'll be a battle to the death, I'm guessing, or something. Anyway, as I was starting to read it, I wasn't really getting into it. You know when an author just introduces you to so many characters, so many areas, so many different references, and you're like, I can't take this all in. I'm so confused. Like, where are we going? There's so many character names. Am I meant to know who this is or what this means? Sorry, babe, do you want to go out? So I was like, is this just really badly written for a short story? Because you're trying to cram so much in and I'm not getting it. So I looked it up. It's a prequel novella to a saga. That's why I don't understand. And that's why she's throwing out all of these names and places and things like that that she's expecting me to understand. Sorry. Kendra Blake. They're expecting me to understand this and I don't, and now I know why, because it's one of the 3 prequel novellas that has been given to the main saga. For a subscription box, I've got to say, you shouldn't put sequels or prequels into the box, I don't believe, because I just picked this up thinking, oh, it's a short story about 3 dark sisters, a cursed oracle, 2 epic tales of a fight for the crown. Cool. But it's not, it is a prequel, and that's, I think, a bit naughty. I don't think you should be able to put that in because I didn't know. I should have looked it up properly before I started reading. But now I'm not going to get anything from this. I'm actually not going to read it. I was only like 38 pages in when I just kind of give up. I was like, what is going on? What am I missing here? Why am I not understanding this book? And yeah, that is why. So yeah. But we have 3 more books to read. This would have been great if I'd have read the first 4 books, and also there are 2 other prequel novellas before this one. This is the 3rd one, I think, of the prequel novellas. So it's kind of like a wasted book. I don't think I'm going to get much from it, and I wasn't enjoying it, and I was getting a bit too confused and frustrated. So we're going to put this one aside and move on to the next book. Okay, take 2. I'm going to be reading Juvie by Steve Watkins. Would you do time for your sister's crime? It's not a book I would generally pick up, but I've been reading so much of the same genre lately. I'm excited. So, oh, let's kick back and relax. It's a Monday. Mondays are not meant to be stressful. They're meant for reading. As is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's very confusing, I know. My schedule is just all over the place. Who knows what I'll do day to day? This is all I do these days. How can we be mad about this? It's not a bad life. Started this, 50 pages in. Also, it's on Scribd, so I'm actually listening to it as well as reading it, which is nice. I haven't done that in a while, because I haven't read a physical book in so long. I've just been using Kindle and audio. Anyway, so far, nice pacing. My only problem with this book is that it's very descriptive of, not over descriptive, but of the environment and why it's happening, but that's all there is. Like, she's just been taken into intake. She's gone down for a crime. We found out already what the crime was. There was no kind of waiting around for that. Don't really know all of the ins and outs of what happened behind the scenes, but it's just like when she's going through intake in Juvie as a 17-year-old, I want to feel my heart race with hers. Was her heart racing? Was she scared? Was she? I literally cannot tell you how she felt other than she felt embarrassed when they made her spread her butt cheeks. That's it. And it's just, then we went here, then we went there, then we went here, then we went there. Anyway, first impression, that's what it is. But the pacing's good and I'm gonna give it a chance. You know, it's nice, clean, easy writing, but I'm not feeling her. I'm not connecting with this woman behind bars as a 17-year-old. going down for a crime her sister might have committed. We don't know if she's committed yet, but anyway, lots of mystery going on. So yeah, give you an update later. I finished Juvie by Steve Watkins. I'm so tempted to give this 1 star. I'm so tempted. Oh, and I never give books 1 star. It was awful. Okay, you know what I say in the last clip? Oh, I don't like bashing books, but wait, I'm sorry, it's gotta be in my opinion. It just carried on like that. The whole, then this happened, then I walked there, then they said this to me. We walked into a room that was white, and then we walked down the corridor, and then this happened, then I thought this, then I sat here, and then I went there. The whole book was like that. And when you look at the front, I mean, what kind of vibe is it trying to give you? It's giving you Orange is the New Black, but for Juvie, like a younger audience, like a younger kid going into a prison. That's why it's giving you, look, I mean, even the blonde hair, the orange jumpsuits and all that. Nothing happens. She takes the rap for her sister because her sister has priors, even though she's put in a situation that's neither of their fault really, but they kind of get done with a charge because they were there at the scene of a crime and yada yada. And there was drugs in the car and there was an undercover cop and it was a whole misunderstanding, fine. You never get inside Sadie's head. If you ask me, what is Sadie like as a person, I could not tell you. I physically couldn't tell you. The responsible one, she's responsible for her wild sister, she's very loving to her niece. That's it. I don't know what she was thinking. There was no character development with Sadie throughout the whole thing. The epilogue at the end is like, oh my god, like everything just goes back to normal. Everything's just absolutely fine at the end. Like it's all gonna be absolutely okay for everyone. It's like Juvie would change you, but you don't get it. And at the end she's like, I'm so different now. I'm like, how are you different? I don't even know what you were like before. There is no, they are not humanized, like, at all. Any of the characters, like, I don't care about any of the, like, so, I've never read a book where I can't relate or get onto any level with any single character, main or side character, at all. Because I don't know what they're like. It's first person. I should know what she's thinking. I should feel this gut-wrenching moment of her going to trial, taking the rap for her sister, entering Juvie. Like, you know, my heart should be in my chest, unless she wasn't panicked about it. Then I should feel a whole different way about it. But the thing is, you're not told how she feels about any of this. If you're given any description of her feelings, it's like one word and we move on. It's back to describing, then I went there, then I sat down. So descriptive of just things around her, then this, then, and so repetitive in the language. What 1 star? I don't know. I normally give 2 stars for books that are pretty bad. Hey girl, you're just gonna hang out? Alright. Anyway, so yeah, that's my review of Juvie by Steve Watkins. It was just awful. I'm sorry, it was just really bad. Okay, I cannot wait for the next books. The next 2 sound really good, especially the last one. Come on now. I mean, I couldn't read the first one, so I can't tell you whether I liked it, and I can't read it because it's a prequel novella. Let's see if book number 3 is any good. Book number 3. Okay, I have high hopes for this one. This is Nightfall by Jack Halpern and Peter Kudrzynski? I do not know. This is a bit more up my alley. So, we're going to start this one today, see how we go, and then we've got 1 more left. Okay, so I'm about 90 pages into Nightfall, and I'm really, really enjoying it. It's really fascinating. So we're on an island in the Arctic, and there is 14 years of daylight, 14 years of night. And the sun has pretty much just set and night is upon them. So the whole island gets evacuated. They do this every 14 years, and they go to the desert lands by boat. We're following like 3 main characters really. So you got Line, Kana and Maren. Mara and Karen are twins, boy and girl. And then you got Line, who is a little bit of a, oh, they got something going on. I mean, they really like each other. Anyway, so before they all leave the island, before night finally comes, they have to get away because they will die. The whole island will turn into like a block of ice. People will go mad, but they have to do things like all the elders are setting things up, like they have to remove the locks from every single door. Everything has to be cleaned within an inch of its life. They have to put certain things on mantelpieces, a certain point around everyone's house, and it has to be facing the perfect direction, like a clock on a mantle or a boar's head up on the wall, but a certain wall in a certain position on a hook that's been there for so long. And they have to do all that and prepare their houses. And they're like questioning the kids, the younger teenagers, are like, what? This is just like crazy. Why are you following all these strange rules? What happens? They're like, oh, it's just old wives' tales. But just don't go into the forest and do not get left behind because you'll go mad, and there's nothing in the forest though, don't worry about it. I'm feeling they ain't all gonna get off the island because there's not enough boats to take them all off. Stuff is going down. It's starting to get interesting. I'm really fascinated. I'm guessing they don't make it off the island when night finally falls, and they don't make it to the desert lands. I don't know if that's what's gonna happen. That's just my prediction. Or something really terrible is about to happen because we're starting to really get into it now. I'm really enjoying this. So that's a little bit of an update. It's not a halfway update, but it's what you're getting. And I'll catch you up once I finished it. I'll give you an update. Finished Nightfall, gave it 3.5 stars. It was a good story, did enjoy it. However, it did leave me with more questions. You know, I like a good saga, or at least a trilogy. I like depth. So it kind of left me with more questions at the end than I did have answers. But that's not the book's fault, that's just because I'm a nosy bitch, and I want to know more. I want to know the history of these creatures that only come out at nightfall. Anyway, it was good. It kept my attention. I binged it in a day, half a day. It was good, yeah. Did enjoy it. 3.5 stars. Right, next I'm going to be reading The Interrogation of a Charlotte Wolf, and oh my god, the cover is phenomenal. That is stunning. You can't even deny that is beautiful. She leads a tribe. It's a runaway of illegals living in the First Wood. She stands up for everything that the Bureau of Citizenship fears and despises. If the balance is to be maintained, Ashala must be stopped and the tribe to be destroyed. Tricked and captured, Ashala is forced to succumb to a machine that will access her memories and reveal the information the authorities most desire. As her life is replayed against her will, can the tribe survive the interrogation of Ashala Wolf? I'm really interested, and I have all 4 books. Good lord. This is the one I would actually pick up and be really interested in. I would have actually passed on this, but it was a nice story. Yeah, I did enjoy it. You know, a little bit spooky. I didn't get spooked out or freaked out by it, but it was good. Anyway, so I'm going to start reading this one after I film another video. Son, go away. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm sorry, no, stay. Please stay. For the love of God, stay. So, I'll update you once I finished it, or halfway through. We'll see how it goes. Good morning. All right, it is early. Update. It's not The Interrogation of Ashala Wolf. It's pronounced Ashala. Well, you find that out pretty much near the end of the book. It's Ashala. Okay, so I'm gonna give this 3 stars. Basically, what it's about, if you like a good, you know, government versus, you know, the rebels kind of story, then this is one for you. It was pretty good. However, you've got people in this world who, some of them have magical abilities. So when I think you get to 14, you have to be assessed by the government. If you're seen as a threat, if your power is seen as something that is too much, then you are kept in a detention centre and you're not allowed to use your powers. Really rough world where the government are clearly trying to control anything and everything. So you've got Ashala, and she has the ability to sleepwalk. It's explained. It's not the coolest ability, and you barely actually get to see her do it in the book. However, I digress. You've got all of these runaways called illegals, and they go and live in the First Wood, and they try and escape the government before they're assessed, or after, if they can get away with their powers so they don't have to land in a detention centre. Ashala is then brought in by the government to a detention centre, and they try and access her memories to try and find out about the rebels, about the First Wood, about all the illegals, what's going on, and they try and access her memories. How they did that was actually pretty cool. However, I feel the reveal, it could have had so much more tension when like you go into her head. They use a machine to try and get into her head to access her memories, which was awesome. But I think they could have built up a lot more tension with doing that, and then the reveal could have been a lot better. Plus, I found the ending a little bit cringy. It wasn't the best. Like, I actually gave up caring at one point about everything because, I don't know, it just felt a little bit, I don't feel the ending was very realistic to how things would have played out, and I wanted a lot more from it. Anyway, it was a decent story. Good ideas. I don't know if it was executed amazingly, but it wasn't bad either, so I'm going to give it 3 stars. There we are. 4 books, £21.99. Is that just over £5 each, whatever. Had one I couldn't read because it was a prequel novella. Had one that was absolutely awful, and then 2 that were just kind of average, but I did enjoy them, but they weren't mind-blowing. And that's the thing with these subscription boxes. I think it's very good value for money compared to other things on the market that I've been looking at. Especially the boxes that are $14.99 and you still get 4 books, because a lot of subscription boxes, that's the price for just 1 book, and it's still always random. I think this could be a lot of fun as a one-off box, or if you're totally into just like, you don't care what you read and you love just picking up a random book, this is perfect, and I think the price is good. However, after 3 of the books, when I was reading Ashala Wolf and I started like not enjoying it after about halfway through, and I really had to just push myself to read it, I got a bit tired then. And I've got to be honest, if it wasn't for this video, I probably would have DNF'd or just kept them on my shelf to read at a different point, because they weren't exciting me. But then again, I have a TBR that's longer than my arm, and I'm just reading a ton of books right now. Great cause, what they're trying to do so these books don't go to waste is absolutely fantastic, and I give them a 10 out of 10 for that. Price is really reasonable, to be fair, that you get 4 books. And like I said, I don't think you should be able to put prequels or sequels into a box, because then you just can't read them unless you then go out and purchase the first book or whatever the series, or, you know, yada yada. Great selection, great price. So I will link it down below if you want to check it out for yourself. I'm actually interested in maybe doing this again, but I've seen that the fantasy and sci-fi box is actually limited edition. And I don't know if it's still available, I haven't looked. I think it was just like a one-time thing, and once they're gone, they're gone. Which is a shame, even though I'm not big into sci-fi, you know, I love me fantasy. So that's one I would definitely like to do, and maybe try the $14.99 one and see what kind of books we get for that kind of price. So yeah, I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. And yes, hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a like, leave me a comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff, do all of it, do none of it. It doesn't really matter so long as you're happy, and I will see you in the next one. And a big thank you to Box of Stories for sending me that box. Loving, leaving, shutting up.